So, hi everyone, my name's Claire. If you want the details on how I can help you and what I do, you can check the description below, and let's just get cracking with this. Or you can join us on Therapy Thursday tomorrow and every Thursday usually for a live stream. Right, so I'm going to do a client reading and I've got permission to do it publicly. So obviously I'm keeping it anonymous, but this is going to be for based on the divine detox. So I'm going to try and keep it to 15 minutes. So that's going to be the test here. So, I would have probably made the space a wee bit tidier, but this is just so that I remember what cards I want to use, because it's like me with my oracle cards and tarot's like a kid in a sweetie shop. And because if you're new around here, I've collected them since I was like 15. I don't think it was any younger than 15. I think it was like 14, 15. So I've literally got hundreds and hundreds of decks of cards, and I was like trying to limit it. So right, I'm going to crack on with what's the block on the energetic level or the spiritual level on a soul level for this client and her masculine. Oh, I was going to start with the feminine energy, but I did say masculine. No, we're going to start with feminine energy because that will just confuse me. Right, so, but you see, that'll have something to do with it because I'm always channeling. Because I meant to say feminine, I said masculine. It's because we're balancing the energy so much. So there you go. These two cards have just flew out together. So in the, oh no, 3 cards. Oh God, get with the program, guys. Anyway, right, so, and also there might be an issue. I'm testing, anyway. I'm sure I'll be able to turn it around, whatever. Right, so, on an energetic level, in this client's divine feminine energy, it's all about self-love. So this is so in line. I'm whispering because it's not really late, but it's a bit later. And this room echoes, which is annoying. That's what the carpet was meant to stop, and it still echoes. But anyway, whatever. So I mean, this energy could be very, very critical because we're in Scorpio moon right now, Virgo sun, and it's all about discernment and eye to detail and homing right in to the root of the issue or problem. So it's brilliant for this reading, to be honest. It's brilliant for any of the work that I do because I'm like that anyway. Like this is conjunct my Pluto 0 degrees Scorpio right now, so I'm like homing right in, and this is the issue. I mean, I could just stop right now, but basically, because this is what's been coming up for the collective. So yeah, if I talk a little bit quieter, then just because that's one of the soul fan members were like, why were you whispering in that divine detox like the 4 videos? Oh, it's because it was like 1 in the morning or something. So self-love. So the reason I'm saying this is going to make sense for a lot more than just my client is because that's what's been coming up the last few days about everybody, regardless your gender, needs to drop into more self-love, needs to slow down, needs to rest, needs to go back to bed, needs to be kind to your mind, whatever. Now is the time to love, nurture and heal yourself. Self-love is not simply a state of mind about feeling good, it's a state of appreciation for yourself that grows and matures from actions you take to support your body, mind and soul. Now, what I'm being told about this, I will shuffle and pull another one though, as these cards are this client's feminine and masculine energies combined. And I know that that's spot on because of what's been coming up for the collective, but I know because that particular client's been doing it a lot for other people, more so that lately in the last week than usual. So I know that that will make sense to her on an energetic level, like it's time to give back to herself, which she's going to be doing this week, starting with this in public. So thank you. Right, so and I'm going to get her feedback after this as well, anonymously, by the way. Right, so intuitive nudges. Intuition is the language of the soul. We're all born with a profound sense of inner knowing. Intuition is one of the greatest gifts we possess, which keeps us connected to our higher selves, the universe, and to our divine spirit. If this needs to be 30 minutes, that's fine too. Your body, mind, and soul are urging you, wow, to take time out for some much needed cleansing. And this is a divine detox reading, hilarious. Just as you wash your car, clean the house, or tidy your office, your body also needs care and attention. It's time for some spiritual, emotional, physical cleansing. Right, I literally can't. I mean, that's basically what this energy check-in is about. Because although it's a reading, because everything I do is a reading, it's also, this is an energy healing light code activation. Because I'm a shaman, a Reiki master, the light codes come through everything I do. Life coach, counselling, it's a wee bit of therapy in it, but it's all mixed up. just all mixed up in a little bit of clairiness. Right, so that was this client's feminine energy. What do we need to know for the masculine energy? That candle's a bit risky with me, isn't it? But we're going to leave it. What do we need to know for the block and my client's masculine energy? Hello, oh, that's beautiful. Hello from heaven. Well, and also my medium, so there you go. They're reminding you of that too. Your loved ones in spirit want to connect with you as much as you want to connect with them. They know you've been thinking of them, and they're sending you signs and symbols to show you how much they love you, to prove they're with you at this time. Now, this client is well aware of the signs and the that come from spirit, but I really do feel if she hasn't already come across something quite significant this week, it's going to happen later on in the week. So I'll update you whether she recognised what that was. But I really do feel it is going to be, you know, something like finding a random in a feather place, a feather in a random place. Mercury retrograde's already coming in, guys. It's not till the 9th, but it's coming in already. There's something, you know what I mean, or a coin with a significant date. And that's quite specific, so definitely check the coins on that. Check the dates on the coins, client. And stand your ground. Standing your ground is an empowering confidence building action to take from time to time. Now is the moment when you need to stand your ground. That came up in the collective reading the other day, so that feels significant. You know you can do it, and you know that by doing so you will be the victor. Also, because I had to turn that around, it was in the bottom, it's maybe something that hasn't happened yet, that you're just getting a wee bit of a warning. And also, although my client is a female, this could be resonating for a man out there. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't matter what gender, but it is a man on the card. It's something about you're going to need to step more into your masculine, because remember, this is a check-in for the masculine, to stand your ground with something. So it might just be that one more person's asking for your help and you're just going to have to say no. And it is that, because I had to do that today. You know, it wasn't really so much saying no, it was just negotiating of what worked for me. You know what I mean? And you can tell that's family by the way I said it. Right, so we need to do that with everyone. And sometimes it's hard. Yeah, and so with me saying family, it'll be with family with this client too, because sometimes it can be harder with people that you're most closest to. Right, anyway, so what is the advice on an energetic level? And I'll read this one from the book for the feminine energy. The journey kind of came in reverse. I'm going to read it in reverse. I also feel the 29th, a couple of days ago, something could have came up that was significant. So just with the 29 on the card there. And that was obviously the very much in the new moon in Virgo energy there. So it might be something of having to stand your ground with something that came up over the weekend. Right. It says the journey is calling you, but the timing is premature. Collecting postcards or fantasies of where you want to go may take over your focus and make you miss your destiny. Other things must be completed first, or you may still be attached to knowing the destination. Remember that the point of the journey is not the destination. It's who you'll become as you're transformed along the way. Do not confuse the inner and the outer journey. Sorry, I'm laughing because me and this client actually had a conversation recently about when we did therapy previously, and it was like, and she had said, you know, it reminded me that, well, she actually reminded me to do something for myself that I'd done for her in a session that really helped her. And it was just basically about not watching the clock and not looking at the calendar. So that may be significant. Well, I'm giving the same message back to the same client, and I'm also giving it to anyone else that needed to hear it, because that certainly did help that client, and it helped. And I needed to hear back what I'd said to her. That was so funny. Right, okay. So that was for your feminine energy. So something about letting go. Oh, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Enjoying the process, slowing down, being present in the masculine energy on an energetic level. The eagle. Ooh, let's see what's coming up with this. I'm only using the book for a few, because if you're new around here, I tend to... The thing is, I do use the books when I'm guided to, but a lot of the time I don't, so I'm not going to use the book for everyone because it slows it down. Right, eagle comes from the east, the place of the rising sun and a new beginnings, and of course we're just out of a new moon. She soars high in the sky, sees the smallest detail with clarity. Wow, that's energy right now, because Scorpio is like that, and so is Virgo, and we're in Virgo season, and so is this client like that actually. Without losing track of the bigger picture and nest in the high mountains for ego, there are no obstacles, no opportunities. She calls you to ascend, to acquire perspective so you can fly wing to wing with great spirit. Have you become trapped in your daily routine? Oh my God, that's Virgo as well right now. And feel you do not know where to go and what to do next. Have you lost your sense of purpose? Remember this is an energetic level. Eagle invites you to take a deep breath and spread your wings. When was the last time you opened them? Ego reminds you that your spirit was born to soar to the heavens. As you contemplate choices, ask yourself, do I want to live in a chicken coop sheltered from life, count the regular feed-ins, or do I want to soar like an eagle? Soar like an eagle. Is that a Lenny Hendrix or something? I don't even really know, it just came to my head. If your answer, it's on a film, I can't remember, is it Hangover or something? If your answer is the latter, you must accept Eagle's invitation and embrace the courage that will help you choose freedom. So needing, again, I really do feel it's because this particular client's been given just, and it's just, this is an energy check-in presently, just been given a lot of her energy to other people. So it's just about needing to give back to herself. And I think we all probably need to hear a bit of that as it's about to reach 11:11 right now. Right, okay, so we are on the mental level now. What is the block? What needs to... I'm saying the block, but it's a block. What is needing to be detoxed on a mental level? Because remember, this is a mini check-in. If I manage to kind of keep it around 15, 20 minutes realistically. So it's 30 minutes, that's fine. This is just an example of a 30-minute one. Basically, if somebody books a 15-minute one, I'll use less cards. That's the point. Right. For the feminine energy within my client. And remember this, I'm saying within my client, but this could be for my client and her twin flame. So it's just, well, it's just, well, but for this particular client, she's focused on herself right now. But we all should be focused on ourselves, you know what I mean? Some people will be bothered about both, or one more than the other. But you've got to be bothered about both, your own energy and the connection, right? So the detox on a mental level is in the feminine side, blame. Interesting, juicy. That's why I use this deck. I accept responsibility for my well-being. So again, it's not about falling into the victim mode of poor me, I'm a damsel in distress, I need help, help from anyone. This came up in the collective too. It's about realising that blame doesn't solve anyone. Doesn't solve anyone. Interesting. I was meant to say doesn't solve anything. It literally just adds more shit to the shit heap. Do you know what I'm saying? For yourself or for other people. Even if you've fucked up or someone else fucks up, it's never going to fix things. So, and I don't even usually like saying fix things, because that Coldplay song, I Will Fix You, annoys me, because it's like, you should fix yourself. You shouldn't even fix it. I just don't even like the word fix anyway. You get what I'm saying? Right, so that's in the feminine energy. You've got to spend a bit of time letting go of blame wherever you've got, oh my God, wow. And the masculine energy is pride. Well, this is going to make sense to more than just my client. And the masculine energy is about pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone, and that fits really beautifully. That's why we let go of blame, because none of us are perfect. So this client, you've got to work out your blocks are blame and pride. Don't shoot the messenger, that's what came out. And what else do you need to know about that? In the feminine side, honouring adversity. A fire reveals a path of renewed direction once the burning is complete. Wow, deep. And cardinal out on fire in the candles too. And the masculine energy, cultivating courage. In any given moment, I always know exactly what to do. So again, yeah, this is a very masculine energy too. If you're falling into fear, which again, worry, doubt and fear is masculine energy regardless of gender. It's about knowing that this is, do you know what this, that doesn't pertain to this particular client in this case, but I'm being guided to say that. It's kind of like when I'm saying when people are worrying about what to say to a twin or to anyone in their life, it's about trusting that when you're guided to speak, whether it's over a message or a phone call or in front of the person, that you will get the right words to say in the exact right moment at the right time, which I know is easier for some people to trust than others. So wherever that fits for you, client, and whoever else. Right, so here's the advice that just jumped out from Small Seeds Grow Mighty Trees. Oh God, what does it say? Growing your own vegetables, fruit or flowers is wonderfully, and this is in the mind, sorry, I never said that. So it's wonderfully rewarding, and it's not just the end product that brings joy. Nurturing seeds of young plants gives a sense of purpose, responsibility, And the sheer physical nature of gardening, coupled with the fact that it brings you back in touch with nature, can be fantastically mindful occupation, taking your thoughts away from worries and grounding you in the present moment. Sorry, I'm just laughing because that's really interesting, because this particular client would really love to have a bigger garden, so that's quite literal. Right, so that was in the feminine energy advice. What's the advice in the masculine? Be gentle with yourself, you're doing the best you can. Well, that's beautiful for the collective of masculine that will resonate with that. Swap should for could. The vocabulary you use plays a big role in how you view your responsibilities in life. Simply switching the word should for could when talking about plans is a fantastic way of reducing the pressure you put on yourself. Saying you could do something removes the sense of obligation and guilt. So this year is all about blame, guilt and pride associated with not getting a job done. Flexible plans are far better than setting yourself rigid structures you must be adhered to. And again, that's because masculine energy, regardless of gender, it's like go, 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 push, 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 we got to do this. Right, what's the question? See, this is how I said that to this client. This is going to help more than just, we'll keep that short. This is going to help more than just you. I knew it would more be like collective, but it is, I'm focused in on my client. I specifically asked it to be focused in on a client for a reason. But it's because everybody that comes to me has got pretty much the same stuff. Same but different, different but same. Right. What is a empowering question for this client's feminine side? Why am I doing the things I'm doing right now? Oh, deep. Why are you? So if we think about relating to the blame and the pride, wherever there's blame, thinking about that. Wherever there's pride getting in the way, thinking about that. So. And a masculine, or whatever that ties into with what came up. What is my mission in life? What is your mission in life? Deep, big question, so I'm not going to that. That's for you to know. Oh, I was going to do that first, wasn't I? I'll just do it at the end. I was going to do that. It's fine. Right, emotional, because what, we're on 17 minutes, not too bad. Right, I'll put that over here actually. Right, so what's the emotional block for this client, for the feminine energy? Unnecessary worries. Wow, and that's crazy how, because not all of them are like that, so it's just see how it works out. Unnecessary worries. Release the burden of worries by giving them to God for healing and solutions. So whatever is worrying you, now again, it's like I have no idea what may be worrying my client emotionally right now, but by the time she watches this, you know, something might have happened, or it might be something in the future with the nature of the Akashic records. Now my client knows that, but I'm explaining it for someone else. So let go of the unnecessary worries, and we'll put it back in the feminine. It's like that feeling of caring too much about everybody else's feelings, and trusting that if you can't help somebody that day, you know, they will find help from somewhere else. Like, you don't need to carry everyone's burdens, is what I'm feeling. I almost want to get the tarot to clarify that. Right, in the masculine energy, what is the block emotionally for this client? One card. Purification, detoxification. It's the divine detox reader. I love it. And I haven't used these cards in like 6 months or something. They used to be my favourite. So again, that means something. These used to be one of my favourite decks, and I haven't, it's like I haven't used it for ages, but I'm actually quite loving it now. I've picked it up again. So I feel for this client emotionally, there's something maybe that you used to do all the time that you don't do so much, that maybe you need to get back to because you enjoy it. There you go. It's time to release physical and energetic toxins from your life. Wow, well, she's on it because that's why she agreed to do this. What's in the back? And you're spiritually protected. You're being watched over and protected physically, emotionally, and energetically. There's so much synchronicity to what this reading's about. Right. And wait a minute, I did say yeah, right. So because it's not specifically about, you know, this, I know for this particular client, it's not about a romance right now. Because I've pulled the Knight of Cups in reverse, I'm more kind of feeling like it's like, in this case, it's like, you know, needing to give that love to yourself, you know what I mean? Because it's like, you know, it's like, wait a minute, actually, I just want to, because this isn't a partnership reading, I just want to actually be inspired. That's so funny, yeah. It's like they were telling me just go to the, because I was like, oh, it's like, yeah, it's like, you know, it's because the first word that jumped out at me there was moody, right? Now, because loads of people would have their own different interpretations, and it's kind of like, I just feel all this is, because this is in the emotions, is it's like it's because you've been given so much of your energy to other people that it's like that's where the block is, you know, you're needing to cleanse on every level to give back to yourself. How interesting. Right. Yeah, sorry, it's tired, guys. My mind went blank. Right, because again, it's like if it's love, it's easy. Do you know what I mean? It's like the guy's coming towards you. But I did put it in a verse too. Right. And clarify another block in the emotions. Push through any insecurity. And this is in the feminine, so this is you know, and it's also moon in Cancer, which is also a feminine sign, so it's about pushing through insecurity. I feel specifically this is about being open to receiving that love, you know, like, rather, so yes, definitely this makes sense, because this client's been given so much to other people. It's about when the love comes back at you, like, receive it. Again, it's the collective message. And the masculine energy, and that actually ties in with that card, I would say. Attend to the details is Virgo season. So again, the masculine, and this is very homing in on the details energy as I'm recording this, and this client's actually like this. So you need to attend to the details of something, and oh my god, we're in Virgo Sun, Scorpio Moon, and this is Moon in Virgo, Moon in Scorpio. Release your blocks, and that's what this reading's about. And then I literally, my mind got blocked to be like, Knight of Cups in reverse, what do I say for it? Because it's like, you mean, yeah, that's why that happened, because I'm like, why the fucking hell am I forgetting what it means? But it's not that unusual, guys, because it's like, I'm channeling, so I say something different for the tarot every time, because it's like I'm not somebody that memorises the meanings, you know what I mean? It's not, yeah, that's the only way I can describe it. I just kind of said whatever comes to me in the moment, and I got a mind block, but it was so that I could read that anyway. Just because, you know, I teach while I'm going, so it's so that people know. Right, what is the advice emotionally? Oh, well, yeah, and then we can do those cards here. And I think I'll read this one from the book. So for the feminine energy, the Holy Grail. Stop endless searching, inner quest. So I feel this is about balancing your emotions, you know, your masculine energy and your feminine. I mean, arguably the whole of this is about that. Page 88, which may be significant. 8 is abundance. Oh yeah, there's something about the right page. The Holy Grail is a mysterious, long-sought relic which stories have been told for the ages. Some believe it holds the key to eternal life and divine union. So yeah, this is what I mean. It's about finding that divine union of feminine and masculine within yourself. And for this particular client, it is about finding that within herself before she can find that within another. It's the way for all of us, so even if you know who your person is. Right, I'm going to run through all of this. The Holy Grail is the ultimate spiritual quest. Many see quests as physical places. That's a bit risky. I could tell someone was worried there. To conquer, but perhaps the Grail is an invitation to go inwards, to connect with the grace within, to find it without, to realise that this journey is drinking from the eternal well, to find it deep within as a part of us that cannot be extinguished. Perhaps this is why the rose is a symbol that goes with the Grail, where petals calling us to spiral in, for in there we find the nectar of all that we've searched for, patiently waiting for us to return to it. Stop looking without, stop the endless search, and turn your gaze within. How can you go within and focus more on what really matters? It does feel like it's tying in with other stuff. And masculine energy. After the rain, that's the one that came up the other day. Silver lining, relief, hope. 56 may be significant. Oh. There's something very special and sacred about the moment after it stops raining, the atmosphere. I think this came out on the masculine energy as well, the other day for the collective. And I can feel loads of healing going to your heart chakra client, but whoever else probably feel it too if you're connected to me. You will actually if you're open. The earth has been cleansed, replenished, and nourished. It's a similar feeling the moment after we stop crying. As these salty healing waters fall, these activate oxytocin, endorphins, which create a shift in how we feel, overwhelming. So it makes sense. It's like, regardless of gender, this client's a woman. It's like, you know, there's a need to cry, to let it out, and this is why I've been sharing, when I was sharing that collective message, that I had been purging, releasing, crying a lot. Thank God it's over now. After the rain is about hope, healing, beginnings. And again, that's important for you to know, if you're not, if you don't know that I'm not a stranger to crying. I've got Pluto 0 degrees, Pluto retrograde 0 degrees Scorpio. Like, I have to continuously be releasing the pain and facing my own pain and helping other people's pain. So, oh my God, 26 minutes. That's alright, that's fine. So what I'm saying is, if I was finding it rough, other people that don't face their feelings at all could find that full moon in Pisces very, very rough, which is in a week from when I'm filming this, on the 10th of September. They're guiding me to say that because I always go through things before other people. Sometimes it's years, sometimes it's months. In this case, I feel I went through it about 10 days before that energy. So, a new encouraging silver lining can be made out of the distance. What's been challenging and difficult has been about to ease up. Now that makes sense with the adversity card where I pulled it. If you've been going through a challenging time, this card is here to reassure you that things are about to ease. You've been through the worst of it and now hope's here. This makes sense because I said to that client, because she said to me, oh, I can often find Pisces moon rough. I was like, well, fucking batten down the hatches on the Pisces full moon then, you know, because it's, yeah, so the client can update us. These past weeks, months, or my throat chakra is getting really caught up too, and this is the emotions. The past weeks, months, and even years haven't been straightforward. They've likely asked you to dig deep, endure hardships that have tested you, but now at long last there are smooth seas ahead. What you've learned and how you've grown can never be taken from you, and now is the time to enjoy the warmth and blessings that life is in store for you. Glorious new beginnings are now possible. What are you ready to release? And this is about detox, and I love it. And that was the masculine energy, so that is going to make sense to other people's emotional side if you are a masculine energy in particular, I would say, but we've all got both, right? What is a healing message in general, emotionally, for this client? Fresh air. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for helping me to breathe easier in all ways. I feel this is quite simply this client needs to get out and get more grounding walks in nature. And stretch, yeah, see they fit. Dear Archangel Raphael, so perhaps a nearby park or, you know, somewhere outside where you can hug a tree or sit in the grass. Get your shoes off and walk in the grass, I just heard. Again, dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for staying by my side, motivating me to take excellent care of myself and always. Yeah, I just knew it, like, forgiveness heals, that's what to come in. It's just basically being overgiving, but this client knows this. Dear God and Archangel Raphael, I'm willing to forgive myself and others in exchange for what I really want, peace and health. Love it. Right, physically, we've got... I was guided to use the abundance cards. I won't do that. Well, maybe I will just make it for everyone. I think I'll keep the same cards, but I might change it for people. But you can specify that if you're booking this yourself, if you want me to use the same decks or whatever, if you particularly like that. Oh God, shit and fuck, that did nearly go. I hope I'm giving you a good laugh out there. Let go of guilt. See, these are money, but I mean, these are money cards, but it makes sense with other things. So in the physical, material world, you need to let go of guilt. That's the message, full stop, right? But let's read this. When you allow your light to shine brightly and inspire others, forgive yourself. There's a repeating message for what you think you've done or not done. So if you let go of blame, guilt, all that shit, it blocks you receiving love, it blocks you receiving abundance, but abundance is just money, it's good things. It blocks you receiving money. Yeah. Basically, wherever you hold on to guilt, pain, shame, anger, it blocks you from receiving. This client knows this. She's probably like, fuck you, Claire, but thank you, that makes sense. Forgive yourself for what you think you've done or not done. Trust that God loves you unconditionally for what you are. Learn and grow from past mistakes instead of berating yourself for them.
As you can remember, because I asked what was the block, what needs to be detoxed. As you consistently save for your future is saved. You do your future self a big favour. If you consistently set aside present funds, this is a part of your self-care and path to feeling secure as you focus upon your life purpose. So, as far as I'm aware, this is actually one of my rare clients is quite good at this, but how do I know? Maybe there's something that she's needing to save up for in a bigger way there. Could mean something, it could be, might not even be about money, but it might be about something else. What needs to be surrendered in the physical? And I didn't say masculine or feminine energy, it was just in general. For the feminine side of this client in the physical, surrender to the magic who you are. And this is, surrender and you're receptive, allowing beautiful feminine energy. We all have magic in us, even the mundane aspects of life. Remember, you're a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that comes from just being you. Absolutely amazing, because you are amazing, magical client. And feels weird saying client. Masculine side, what needs to be surrendered, or what is the block? That's a masculine thing, I love it. Surrender, procrastination. Now is the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success. So I'll trust that you know whatever that is, client. And your advice, and I'm just being guided to just pull one of these. So for your feminine and masculine energy in the physical, your advice, because I'm going to read from the book, is Angel of Balance, and it's in reverse. And right, I'll take them both because that makes sense. So before I even read from the book, it's just your energy's about out of balance. And again, like I say, because I happen to know, this is basically because you've gave this to so many other people, so it makes sense. Because it's a little bit like how I needed to give back to myself there. On my break, which was like that, like another client said in an email, it was like, I need a holiday from the holiday that I had, because it was all about shadow work. And then when you get in balance again, the door to personal healing and happiness can be opened, so, right. And victory will be sought again, because some weeks we're really got a great balance, and other weeks not so great, so. Right, in this position, the Angel of Balance comes with a loving warning that something may seriously be out of proportion in your life. Yeah, because she needs to give back to herself. Love it. It could be an important emotional component such as lack of self-acceptance or self-care, and I'm about to do self-care cards. Remember, however, that when you put yourself last, the universe will do likewise. This feels like a really important general message. This is for the present energy of the past sort of week, but I really do feel this is a big message in general about if you keep putting yourself last, other people will. And it's a little bit like how I gave the example. I had to basically negotiate something there with someone right before I came on to be like, it was just, a family member, because I was like, well, actually, that doesn't suit me, but if you can do this, that works. You know what I mean? I had to speak up. Whereas usually I would just move things about. Not usually, but you know what I mean? I'm a reformed people pleaser. So, and I used to just say I was laid back, but actually, if other people are getting their own way all the time and you're always just being cool as fuck, you're probably more than likely just being a people pleaser. Just saying. Scorpio Moon's talking right now. Receiving this card reverse and my throat's going funny, so that's hard for some people to hear or do. Receiving this card reverse can often times be warning of lost energy, calling you to relax more, sleep more, and even just drink more water. Investigate how you may be out of balance and your time and energy regarding externals and internals in your life. This is hilarious too, because we're in Mercury in Libra, about to go retrograde. Mercury's communication, Libra is balance, right? So this is about needing to speak up about, well, actually, no, I can't do that because I need to sort of see my own energy. That's what's going to make me happy. You wouldn't say it like that, but you know what I mean? Boundaries. But it's also, and because I do feel this is going to be leading into the energy of that full moon in Pisces. Pisces is like no boundaries, guys. So you really have to be aware that at that full moon around the 9th and the 10th, that whole weekend is going to be, I think it's a weekend, that's going to be nuts, because Pisces is no boundaries. Full moons can go pretty nuts anyway, and it's Mercury retrograde. Good fucking luck to everyone, by the way. I don't usually like to add to the drama of Mercury retrograde type, because I've got 6 retrogrades in my chart and I deal with that energy daily. But that in particular is going to be pretty nuts, and be careful if you're drinking. That's to everyone, because it's about escapism. Right, anyway. Investigate how you may be out of balance. I just read that. Perhaps you've been working too much or been too obsessed with relationships or money. Well, this person's been doing a lot for other people in this particular week, so this is why this is all coming through. The loving angel can help you with the courage and wisdom you need to break such toxic patterns. Meditate on the angel's presence and visualize her pouring a beautiful liquid light through all your chakras, balancing them and bringing you peace. That's what I'm doing right now. Remember that you always have the power to bring things back into peaceful balance. Yes, you do. I live a balanced and centered life. As I care for myself, the universe cares for me. And notice how that is happening right now by this client agreeing for me to do this and show everyone. Love it. New beginnings in your personal life. This card is a harbinger of positive change. Oh, this is another one about new beginnings. We are just out of a new moon though. The beautiful light-filled door opens on a lush rainbow light filled with vibrant lotus flowers. Whether you're working on some inner healing such as breaking addiction or looking to make some external changes such as find a new place to live, that client would want to do that at some point if the right garden could be found, like about 10 others of you out there. This card signals that your life is opening up and new opportunities are about to appear. The changes you've been working on are ready to blossom with wonderful results, so make sure you see your personal intentions through with continued action, optimistic expectations. That feels like a warning because it's about the physical advice, about not being out of balance and doing all this stuff for other people because you might miss opportunities for yourself. Oh, that's important for others. And I am strong, focused and self-directed. I have the power to create wonderful new realities in my life. Love it. Right, okay. And we've got, right, the self-care advice. So, oh God, very... Right. I just looked at the fucking timer at 36 minutes. Abandon joke around here if you're new. Of course it could be relevant to my client too. Somebody could be 36 in her life, I guess. Right. A male actually, because I just looked at that. I just looked at the guy on the card. Right. But 3 and 6 is 9, 9 is endings, and the full moon's endings. And because Pisces is the end, it's a full moon of endings, that next one in a week's time. Right. What self-care do we need for overall? Change. Yeah, change is abound. A resistance to change is a resistance to life itself. Open your heart and mind to new beginnings, right? So there's a strong theme of new beginnings, and my throat ain't funny there, and I've not got a sore throat. Think big. There are unseen forces ready to support your dreams. Yep, definitely your loved ones in spirit. But look, you're knackered, you need a rest. And, oh, what's hiding? Feelings. Yep, you need to attend to your feelings. Healing begins with feeling. Be gentle with yourself and your tender heart. That's beautiful. And soak in the bath. Maybe she's even doing that right now as we speak. I love it. It's just about giving back to yourself. Very simple, this message, but it's true. And connect to your ancestors. That's the ancestors that came through at the start with love and spirit. Right. I'm gonna pick a word at the end if I fucking remember. So, right, what was I gonna do now? Oh, that's annoying. My messy handwriting just went, oh well. I can't be perfect. My Virgo doesn't like that. I'm not Virgo. My sun sign in the house of Virgo doesn't like that I put the notepad down, but never mind. I don't even know what that means. Overall. Overall, right, I see. Right, overall, for the feminine energy, this is a message. And then I'm going to use this deck. So this is to remind me to actually do it. It's not bad, actually. It's not bad. It's realistic. This is what I mean, guys. I'm not exactly going to stop at 15 minutes or stop at 30 minutes if I'm still going, right? And if you're really lucky, I'll go well over. Oh, was that change as well? I think that did. Where is it? Creation. That's a feminine energy. Beaver moon might be significant. When is that again? Is that October? I think it's November. I think that's the full moon in November. We can Google that. I'm pretty sure it is. In fact, I'm pretty sure it is. So maybe some change coming about at that beaver moon. I can hear the Richard laughing at that beaver. Right, so feminine energy overall, a message for this client. Well, yes, look, again, it's like hold on to that strong will of yours. Like, and look, don't mask how you really feel. So I feel it's like the next time you're asked to do something and you don't want to do it or you can't do it, you've got to say no. Right, because the feminine energy would be the soft, receptive, oh yeah, okay, I'll do it. But you need to be like, no. So, and trust, yeah, look, trust yourself. You've got to lean into trust, your feminine receptive side, love it. your masculine energy overall. Building your world, creation, expansion, networking. Yeah, again, I feel it's like, I'm noticing a lot of these cards. One woman had her hand over her heart, another one. And this woman's got both hands over her heart. So again, it's about trusting and reaching out to others when you need support. The garden paradox, that's hilarious. I really do feel this, the spirit having a bit of a laugh about. You will get that literal garden, that paradise, when the time is right, when you keep your eyes open. But I will seize in the dark, I will medicine, I work with, I will medicine when appropriate. I feel you do as well. It's like, keep your eyes open, your eyes on the prize. Right, okay, I'm gonna, yeah, we'll end it with the word. Right, so we're going to pull one of these, and I'll read it from the book, and then I'll pull a word if I remember, and then it's 40. Oh, I looked at 40. Look at that angel. Oh, fucking hell. That flew out. Orphans on the battle. That's quite an important card. Right, anyway, 46. Regeneration. Makes a lot of sense. You're beginning again. You're transform. Oh, that's so Scorpio energy right now as well. I just opened that up at why, and I'm sure one of the questions earlier on in this was why. 46. Right. Rebirth. Oh yeah, rebirth. The Scorpio moon is about rebirth. I love it. The synchronicities. This always happens in any reading that I do. Rebirth, second chances, new opportunities. So there's a clear theme to this, and I love it. Second chances are available to you now. Whatever opportunities you thought were dead are now revived in a more authentic, stronger form. Whatever you may have perceived as a failure or loss has now been replaced by something better and more powerful, growing in its place. The rebirth is assured. Step into your new life. Destiny is being fulfilled in wondrous ways. The world is based on connections, relationships. No matter what losses occurred in the past or even now, death and endings are only illusions. Remember, Scorpio moon is about the death and rebirth process. There is life after death, love after loss, and in this moment you're radiating the regenerative life force energy that makes you irresistible to love in all forms. Now is the time when you will see evidence of this new emergence. Can you feel it? Love is rising up to greet you. So again, for this particular client, it's about being open to receive from others, you know, and if it's not romantic love right now, it's just being open to, so it's kind of like, you know, if someone's like, oh, I'll get you the coffee, it's being like, oh, no, I'll get it. It's like, oh yeah, thanks, that'd be lovely. And I know for this particular client, that's more uncomfortable than comfortable, but she's a shitload better than she ever was at it. You know what I mean? Like, it's amazing actually, the journey that I've watched this particular client go on. Right, so what happens when it appears you've failed at something? Do you see the beauty in the lesson? The understanding that arises from difficulties is like a seed that lies dormant from time to time. Interesting with the seed card that was earlier on the reading. This is a prosperity message in particular, by the way. It can make sense for anything. Then once it germinates in your subconscious, it pushes through into your awareness. It is becoming apparent that there's a new you, a new start. Wow, this is a really strong message, repeating. A more powerful version in form of what you began to plan in the garden. This is so funny. The garden of your imagination has surfaced. You're ripe for success, new opportunities, much better than those that came before, appear like gifts from the gods. Now is one of those times when out of the seeming loss and failure comes remarkable abundance. Do not dwell in the past because you're really experiencing a rebirth. So because that's prosperity, I feel it about whatever decisions have been made in money in the past. It's like the learnings come out of it, something like that, right? Protection message, but that's when you pull it in reverse, but I'm going to read it. Endings come in many forms, and now's the time to stop holding on to what must die so that something better can take place. Nature cycles include disease, decay, death, and regeneration. Let whatever isn't working in your life die. Don't be afraid to face the facts. There's no need to struggle or grieve. Whatever your query, let it go. You're about to be reborn. Didn't pull it in reverse, but it can still make sense. Right, this is a strong card, right? So I'm going to read that, and it's in reverse. So let's just read the protection message, orphaned, because I feel that's really powerful for the collective, even if not this client, but it's going to be relevant for her too, because I've been drawn to it. The shadow side of this card speaks to the essence of abandonment. Yeah, I knew it, because this is, abandonment is the core wound of all twin flames, so I'm glad I got drawn to read that. Perhaps you feel a need to remain apart because intimacy is too threatening. Right. I did ask this client if it was going to be alright, right? It is anonymous because it's deep shit, but this is relevant to everyone. on some level. It's the fear of intimacy that all twins have somewhere. That's what this is about. It's just this particular client doesn't know who her twin flame is, so it's not that juicy, this one, right? But it'll come up when she meets them, so we'll update you on that one. It won't be that far away. It also warns against creating inappropriate family structures in order to conceal old wounds. It's time to address the unhealthy alliances you've formed and make a decision to heal the past. This totally relates to what I've come full circle. There was something about helping a lot of people recently and just basically needing to give back to yourself now, yes, so that she'll know what that means. Like basically not saying no to when people ask for help is something that you've learned from childhood, and I'd say that goes for all of us. That's why we need boundaries, right? So, and my client does, she does say no when she doesn't want to do something, but I feel just maybe this week she's a bit like me, and it was like maybe didn't get the balance. But again, she has got the balance because this week is now she's given to her. But anyway, she can be the decider of that, right? You will not be abandoned by the world if you claim yourself as whole. So it's about, you know what it's about? They were saying that to me when I was saying it. It's about kind of like, even when we know we're right, and like you negotiate something that's right for you, like what I was doing earlier today too, you can still have this feeling of, oh, I'm being a bitch or I'm being a bastard, but you're not. It's just it's just your conditioning. So you have to battle against that to know that actually, no, you're doing the right thing. It's just a lot of people have kind of fucked up and quite toxic to feel like they can't say no to people. You know what I mean? If that was for everyone, Spirit speaking through me all the time, remember? Not all relationships are dysfunctional and not all of them will disappoint you. Don't abandon yourself. Powerful. You can connect to others in a healthy way once you recognise your patterns and consciously choose to interrupt them. Life wants to love you. Let it. Boom, drop the mic. Fucking love it. What wee wordy card have we got? Delight. Yep. It's, do you know what? Quite simply, I want to pull another one. You need to do something that brings delight to you. You need to... Sorry, my hair's in the box. You need to bring some joy to your inner child from giving out so much to other people. Yeah, from being obedient. You know, you've been really obedient to other people. You've been a good girl. Now you need to be a rebel and give back to yourself and say no to other people. Look, and that's the transformation. Right, okay, I'm going to stop because I could just keep going, but I want one more. Resilience. Yeah, you've been taught to be very resilient. This client is very, very hard working, very in her masculine energy, like all my clients. And it's just about the transformation is it's okay to actually be a rebel and say no and give back to yourself, because that's feminine receptivity. Right, guys, I'm going to stop there. So 15 minutes, 47 minutes, but hey, life is like that sometimes. If you want to book your own divine detox, you can just take the gamble. If you want to book the 15-minute reading, we'll see if I can stick to the 15 minutes. It might be quite a fun experiment for me if I've got a few of them. If you want to book a longer one, book a longer one. If you want me to go into detail like this, if you want, because like what I'll do is, because I know this took ages, if you book the 15-minute one, I'll probably just pull one card in each position. It just depends how I'm feeling. But if you want it detailed like this, then there's a 30-minute option, or if you want to go really big, there's an hour option. And usually when it's hour one, I probably will go a bit longer, but don't hold me to it. But anyway, please like, comment, subscribe, and of course if you want to book a live Zoom session and we can work on something like this and we can have, you know, chat back and forwards, you can do that too. Just book the any of the sessions that are 144 on my schedule and we can do that. Yeah, see you later. Bye.